my name is Barney, and this channel is all about transgender and crossdresser.
Hello mga kabardians, for our special episode for today, we had Miss Maxine that would share about her life as a transgender. I guess some of you already knew her because we have featured here in this channel, but today she will share something on why she keep on sharing about her transgender life. But before that, please allow me to invite you to consider to like, subscribe, share this one to all of your friends, and please don't ever forget to leave a comment below. Now this is the time right now that we are going to listen to this beautiful transgender as she answers her followers' question. Here she is.
As a trans woman, I often get asked why it is that I have opted to be open about my lived experience when it is quite available to me to not do that. And the truth is that after transitioning at 16, I went into what the community refers to as stealth, which is just the term that we use for when people have transitioned and then they don't disclose to, generally speaking, anyone around them. I believe that each trans person has the freedom to do that if they wish to. It just wasn't a right fit for me. I kept landing myself in positions that were more stress than they were worth. I found that it was really difficult to navigate dating. I still find dating to be something that is like, for most of the community, it's more trouble than it's worth, particularly if you're dating men as a trans woman. That's kind of like another video for another time, I think. Besides dating, I often found myself in professional settings where I was working alongside people who had problematic views, and I realized that the way that they saw me was hindering on the fact that they wouldn't have guessed that I was trans upon first meeting me. I don't think that people who are not trans realize how much everyone talks about trans people all the time. The number of conversations that you'll overhear from one day to the next when people don't know if there's a trans person next to them is genuinely astounding, and it's like quite shocking the way that people will openly speak about trans people in public settings. The biggest reason that I decided to come out was because I realized that people loved to out me, and I hated that I was constantly kind of running from something, because it is actually terrifying realizing that people could out you and put your life and well-being in jeopardy, and that's not an exaggeration. It's like I'd worked so hard to just get to a point of being myself, and I say this as someone who transitioned during my teens with like all the access that I could have. I had a very easy ride of it compared to so many of my friends, but you still have done a lot of work to get to where you need to be with yourself, and to just have that fresh start and go, okay, I'm running with this now, I'm just going to be me forever. To have people who do not know you or care about you call that into question and steal it from you is a truly evil thing to bear witness to. I dropped out of university after 1 year, and part of the reason was because it was really traumatizing being outed time and time again by different people from my hometown. And on more than one occasion, I know that when people were informed by other people that they'd heard that I was trans, they would then bring up the topic in front of me to test me and see how I would respond. A big part of my coming out was stealing from them the opportunity to embarrass me. Because embarrassment is a choice. Cringing is a choice. Feeling shame is a choice. A lot of really amazing things started happening for me as well when I came out. I came out online, and then I secured this fragrance campaign for Avon, which you may not have seen, but it was quite a big deal to me at the time. I also then received a DM request from the BBC while I was on a waitressing shift, and they invited me to come and audition for a reality TV show that they were casting for in 2019. The show entailed me going on a free 5-week trip around Greece with 9 strangers, and it was a really amazing experience. No one really watched the show, but that's fine, because actually I got a free holiday out of it, and it's quite nice to not feel like I'm going to be known for that show because no one watched it. After doing the show, I secured a worldwide hair advert for Schwarzkopf, which was genuinely quite life-changing for me. In 2020, I also was approached by Jacka Black, which is the gender-free makeup brand that began with makeup lessons for trans women, to become their first marketing employee. I've been working with them for the past 4 years now, but my main job now is working for Not a Phase, which is a trans charity here in the UK. As well as doing public speaking gigs and occasional advocacy and content creation work, I just feel like every piece of work that I'm doing right now, and particularly with Not a Phase, I just feel like I'm able to bring so much of my own experience to it. And particularly after feeling a sense of shame, being made to feel ashamed about something that I actually am not ashamed of for so long, it's just so nice to not feel like I'm running for anything. So I came out because I thought I would be happier, and I am happier. There are certain things that are definitely more difficult now, but I am happier. What I didn't expect was how extraordinary my life would be after coming out, and I'm very grateful for it. I say all of this as someone who has a relatively easy ride of it as a trans woman. The intersection that I sit at with being white and middle class lends itself to a much easier experience for me. So I have to say that that is like a formative part of my experience. I'm not saying that being trans is a fun experience for everyone. It's not always a fun experience for me. But I have to say that where I am right now, my life would not be as colourful without it.
Hi guys, this is Rika, and don't forget to
Subscribe now to Barney Bear's channel. Anak ko yan.
Raise your flag.